going on?
Thank you so much.
Pay like $1 million.
Shout out TMZ, you up?
Let me check out that rig.
TMZ stands for the Mayweather Zone.
How'd you find me, bro? I got my disguise on.
I love my TMZ family.
Welcome to TMZ Sports. I'm Mike Babcock with my guy, as always, Mojo Muhtadi. Mojo, we're going to start with Game 3 of the NBA Finals. I'll tell you what, I think this series has shocked a lot of people who thought that the Oklahoma City Thunder, after having an incredible regular season and relatively easy run through the playoffs, that they were going to just steamroll the Pacers. Well, that has not been the case. And when Game 3 rolled around last night with this thing knotted up at one game apiece heading into tip-off, what do you know? The Pacers kept it close, and then as they were down 5 in the fourth quarter, Mojo, they again come back and just dominate the fourth quarter. They win the game 116-107. Now the Thunder down 2-1. They got one more game in Indianapolis before they head back to Oklahoma City, Mojo. But let's be honest, I think the Thunder hoping not to be down 3-1. But that's Friday. We're getting ahead of ourselves here. This was a big win for the Pacers last night. Of course, Tyrese Haliburton is the guy who, along with Pascal Siakam, run this team. After the game, Mojo, Haliburton met with the media, and dude's in a good mood. He's talking about the game, making fun of his own dad. Good times to be had all around.
I mentioned the first finals game in 25 years. You got Pacers alum here. This crowd was electric. What was this like?
Amazing, man. We love playing in front of our fans. We love being here. You know, they deserve high stakes, high level basketball, and we're giving them that right now. So it's a big win for us. We can enjoy it, but we got a day in between this, so we got to be ready to go for Game 4.
Pops is in the house. What's the celebration going to be like with him?
I'm gonna go say what up, and he gonna go home. He out of pocket for them jeans, but other than that, it's good to see him out here.
Tyrese, congratulations. Thank you.
Appreciate it. You out of pocket for them jeans. Yeah, you out of pocket for them jeans.
So there he is making fun of Dad's jeans there, Mojo. Bottom line is, you can tell he's in a good mood, as you can imagine that he would be, because now they're halfway to where they need to be to win the NBA Finals, right? They've won 2 games. They've got to win 2 more, and if they do, they are NBA champions. Now, Mojo, people who are not happy are the Oklahoma City Thunder. And perhaps the only guy more unhappy than those Thunder players is Jay-Z, because while the Thunder are still alive, Mojo, and of course they're down 2-1, but they can win 3 or 4 and they can be NBA champs here. Jay-Z, though, has lost a lot of money like $1 million, Mojo. You may have seen this on the TMZ Sports website. Jay-Z had placed a bet with Fanatics Sportsbook for $1 million that the Thunder would win the series in 5 games. So when they dropped that Game 1, Jay-Z was in a tight spot, but he wasn't done yet, Mojo, because, of course, the Thunder could have won 4 in a row. They were very capable of that. They could have done it. And if so, then he would have won $2.3 million in profit, $3.3 million total. Now with this Game 3 loss, though, Mojo, obviously there is no way for the Thunder to win in 5 games, and that means that I think breakfast was probably a little chilly this morning in the Jay-Z and Beyonce household.
Was it though, Babcock? I mean, I don't know. When you got that much money, I mean, do you even feel a loss like this?
$2.5 billion, Mojo. That's what Forbes says he's worth. Jay-Z.
Yeah, that's like us, losing $5 falling out of our pocket when we're at the supermarket or something like that. It's about the same. So I don't know if he cares. Probably, if I had to guess, he cares more about like losing the bragging rights and being like a sports betting connoisseur or something like that. Yeah. Like it's more like an ego attack on his ego than his wallet. So there's that. I got to take this one back, though. I got to bring it back to Tyrese Haliburton. You've heard me say this for weeks now. I mean, this guy is a PR pro. I mean, this dude should be coaching media training to athletes all over sports, not just the NBA. I mean, look what he just did with his dad. Let's take it back to when his dad had the incident with the Greek Freak. They're battling. He overplayed his hand. It became a whole thing. Tyrese went out there and he recognized that his dad made a mistake, which a lot of people will blindly support their family. So there's that whole conversation. This has all just been from a couple of interviews by Mr. Haliburton. I'm telling you, this guy's a whiz kid on and off the court.
All right, fellas, moving on to a former first-round draft pick and a current NFL safety who was arrested early this morning for domestic violence. We're talking about Houston Texans safety Jimmy Ward.
Yeah, the former first-round draft pick was actually thrown behind bars at around 5:30 this morning in Montgomery County, Texas, after authorities say he put his hands on his fiance. According to Montgomery County Sheriff's Office, at around 4:34 a.m. this morning, officers responded to a Magnolia, Texas home over a report of an assault in progress. Deputies there said when they made contact with the alleged victim in the case, she said that Ward assaulted, strangled, and threatened her. And they said they conducted a bit of an investigation. It's unclear exactly what that all entailed. A lot of the incident report we obtained is redacted, but nonetheless, they said Jimmy Ward was transported to a nearby jail and booked on one charge of assault, family violence, impeding breath circulation, which is a third-degree felony. He's been in jail for the last several hours. The jail records have updated, and it says his bond is at about $30,000, but it's unclear yet if he's bonded out, but that's where everything stands right now.
And that is obviously notable. There are times where these charges can be misdemeanors, which is obviously far less serious, and then there, like Edward said, can be felonies. And in this case, it's a felony. So we don't know what happened. He's obviously presumed innocent. But from what his girlfriend told the authorities, this sounds really bad, Mojo.
I mean, felony, misdemeanor, if this is true, I mean, what's the difference at that point? You should know better. This is obviously an action that has zero gray area whatsoever, not something that's ever okay. And I don't know, for a guy that's been in the league for more than 10 years, you got to act like a pro, right? Like, you know, yes, football can be stressful in life and personal life. Everything can be stressful, but this is not the way to handle yourself. No way, especially when we see cases like this in the news all the time. Like, I feel like there's constantly a headline about some sort of domestic dispute, and you just can't have it. You see them, you learn from them, and you should, you know, make sure that this is something that never pops up in your personal life. We'll see where this one goes. But I mean, yes, football season hasn't technically started yet, but as far as I'm concerned, when minicamp starts, you're already training for the big dance. So you just can't have in season, out of season. There's never a time for this thing. It's already going to be a distraction for the rest of his team. It's going to be things that, you know, maybe the rest of the team is asked about in their interviews after practices and before training and all of these things. So this carries a lot of weight outside of what just happens in the household. Again, why you can't have these things.
The reality is, Mojo, you know, back in the day, there might have been some issues with the way that the league, the NFL, handled domestic violence, but since Ray Rice and since the videotape came to light, now this is not something that they play around with, but that probably isn't even his biggest issue right now. As we're here talking, I looked this up, third-degree felonies, if he is ultimately convicted of that crime, of that charge, in Texas can carry anywhere between a 2 to a 10-year prison sentence. So perhaps a fine or a suspension is the least of Jimmy Ward's issues right now. It's something we will continue to follow. Stay tuned. Nikki Bella is already back wrestling in WWE, but could her twin sister Brie be returning alongside her? The very latest on A Family Affair when TMZ Sports returns right after this.
Nikki, if you're talking about the best women in this division, you better make sure you mention Liv Morgan.
First of all, Liv, I didn't mean to. That was not intentional.
Oh, you didn't mean it like that. Well, too late, because I am the most talented woman in this division, and I have proven it again and again and again. I'm still a champion, and all you'll ever be is a reality show diva.
Well, Nikki heard it up, and Liv, though, hits her with the oblivion.
Anymore, Nikki. This is my division.
It's called an unwelcome back from Liv Morgan.
Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Mike and Mojo. Mojo, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong here. This is what the wrestling world's talking about, Mojo. It was, of course, Monday Night Raw just a couple days ago. You had Nikki Bella, Liv Morgan. That got super intense, Mojo. Now, as all the wrestling fans out there will know, that Nikki Bella had come back a little bit earlier this year at Royal Rumble. Then she went away for a little bit. Well, now she is back. Of course, this is as Evolution is getting closer by the day, Mojo. And now we may have not just Nikki Bella, Mojo, but we may have the Bella twins back, because our sources are telling us that Brie Bella, Nikki's sister, is actually in talks with WWE. And again, Mojo, we could soon have a reunion of the Bella twins back in WWE. Brie has not wrestled since 2022. It's been years, Mojo. The talks are on.
Babcock, if this is true, this would be massive for the entire company, the entire sport as a whole. I don't even know where to start with this one. There's too much to break down. But the Bella twins, my goodness, they got to be on the Mount Rushmore of the women's division in WWE history. You know,
yes.
I mean, these are two people that just have major superstar appeal. I mean, shoot, on Instagram alone, these two combined for 20 million followers, which just kind of shows you their fan base. Two of the biggest stars that the company has ever had, and they just do it all. You know, they're hosting television shows, they're on reality shows, they're doing everything outside of the ring. They've accomplished everything inside of the ring, winning every title under the sun. So, you know, it's a huge get for WWE, because for either of these ladies, you can put them in there with a brand new lady that, you know, is just learning how to wrestle, who hasn't accomplished a lot, and they can bring her up to their level. Or you throw them in there with the champ, and they can be a contender for anybody on the roster at any time. I mean, that's how capable the Bella twins are. So this could be huge. I mean, going into Evolution, that one's a big deal, Babcock. That is a women's only pay-per-view, and because of people like the Bella twins, it's the reason why they exist. Their hard work and showing everybody that the women can throw down just as hard as the guys do is why they invented this pay-per-view in the first place. So, I mean, if there was ever a place to come back home to, a pay-per-view to come back home to, I gotta think that it is that Evolution pay-per-view. So, I mean, this thing just got a heck of a lot more excited. People are going to be staying tuned on the edge of their seat leading into this thing. We'll see what happens, Babcock. We'll see if it's rumors or if it's legit.
iShowSpeed once again proving he is what his name says he is. The content creator goes head-to-head with Ashton Hall to determine the fastest man on the internet. The impressive highlights is coming your way next on TMZ Sports. Welcome back to TMZ Sports, Mike and Mojo. Mojo, a massive sporting event went down yesterday. No, it was not the NBA Finals. No, it was not any Major League Baseball games. It was two of the most popular guys on the internet, iShowSpeed and Ashton Hall, racing each other, Mojo, in South Florida. If you're not familiar with either of these guys, I mean, you probably are, let's be honest, but of course, iShowSpeed is an incredibly popular streamer who is an absolutely amazing athlete. He doesn't play professional sports, not a professional athlete. Speed absolutely could, and that's a real video of him jumping over, I think it was a Lamborghini, Mojo, hard to tell. He is an incredible athlete, but Ashton Hall is too. Ashton Hall, of course, Mojo, is the morning routine guy, the guy who gets up at like 1:49 a.m., Mojo, and dunks his face in water and rubs banana peels on his face and does all these crazy things. I mean, there he is. Look at him. Look at his body. Looks amazing. Of course, the Saratoga water. He was a running back in college, Mojo, Alcorn State. Which, by the way, where Steve McNair, the great quarterback, went back in the day. So this guy, fantastic athlete. iShowSpeed, fantastic athlete. The men were online, kind of talking a little bit of crap to each other about who was faster. Well, there's only one way to find out, Mojo. Here it is.
Watching, you can't back out. You can't make no excuse. You can't make no excuse.
Brother, there's no excuse at all.
This is your bro. This is it.
There's no excuse. Your name, iShowSpeed. This is gonna be bad for you. Literally. I'm about to embarrass this dude. Y'all told me to be humble after I win, bro. I'm about to smoke him and talk crazy. I promise you.
Ready, set, go. He's slow as I'm out. Run it back. What I say? What I say? Run it back. What I say? You slow. You a fraud. Run it back. You a fraud. You are a fraud. Run it back. Come on. Oh, God. Run it back.
Do it again.
Ready, set, go. Too slow. Too slow. It's too slow. Too slow. Too slow. Get the out of here, bro. Leave Florida, my gang. Leave Florida. You're not ready for me, bro. Don't call me out. Don't ever call me out.
Yeah, chat, we lost fair and square. I ain't gonna lie to you. There's nothing to be said, bro. Nothing to be said, bro. We took the L, bro.
You know what, Mojo? I got to give Ashton Hall credit, though, because he said, I'm going to win. He went out there. He raced him. He didn't back out. And then when he lost, he said, hey, I lost. And to be fair to him, I mean, Ashton Hall has got so much muscle on him. He doesn't exactly have the body that I think you'd want to sprint, right? He's carrying a lot of muscle around, Mojo. So pretty close, pretty close. iShowSpeed is just super fast. This is the guy that, remember, a couple of months ago, raced Noah Lyles and lost to Noah Lyles, who was a gold medalist in the 100 meters, by like a step, Mojo. So iShowSpeed is incredibly fast. I'm impressed with both guys. Oh, yeah, and they did it on the pavement, Mojo, just in case the grass was slowing Ashton down, and same result.
This was fantastic, and hey, I'll give Ashton Hall credit, not so much because he admitted defeat in the end. When you lose that many times, I mean, what else are you going to say? You're still going to
You know how the internet is, though, Mojo. Everyone's got an excuse, you know? Nobody ever wants to take the L.
Yeah, well, I love the fact that he said if he won, he was going to run his mouth and talk all the trash in his world. Yeah. That's up my alley. I enjoy trash talk, so that's cool. But what I really respect is the fact that this man did this 4 times. There was 4 different races, and he went into that 4th race 0-3. He hadn't even won one yet.
Right.
Like, it wasn't, you know, like a rubber match or, you know,
right.
Go ahead, you know, for winning the entire set. Nah, man, this dude got slaughtered every single time and kept coming back for more, regardless of the impending trash talk that was coming. So I got to respect him for that much. But like Speed said, this man is a fraud. He can't be messing with Speed like this. I mean, that guy, YouTuber or not, we like to clown our social media guys, i.e. the Paul brothers and all that. This dude is a legitimate athlete, man. He is a freak athlete. He can run, he can jump, he can flip, he can do all of these things. I've seen that man get speared in a half by Braun Breaker in a WWE ring with one of the best spears of all time, and he's not even a wrestler, and that dude is still somehow moving. But I got to point out, too, this man's 20 years old. Ashton Hall is 29. When he was a running back, that was 10 years ago before he put on probably like 50 pounds of muscle. He should know better trying to run sprints like that.
It's my favorite story today. Also, Mojo, by this time, this was happening in the afternoon. He had already been up for like 17 and a half hours by this point because he had to get up so early to start his morning routine. So maybe he was...
Went through like 9 bottles of Saratoga, 42 banana peels, and hours of just doing nothing for no reason at all.
WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton takes the mound for the ceremonial first pitch at the Mets game. The latest first pitch gone bad when TMZ Sports comes back right after this.
On the TMZ Celebrity Tour, we've seen huge stars like Kevin Hart, Ben Affleck, The Rock, and Jamie Foxx. Buses depart daily from the Hard Rock Cafe in Hollywood, so head to TMZTour.com and book your tickets for the TMZ Celebrity Tour.
Welcome back to TMZ Sports, Mike and Mojo. Mojo, these first pitches, they get, I don't know, they get worse and worse by the day, Mojo. That was WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton. She is a huge star wrestler, not a pitcher, it turns out, Mojo. She looks fantastic. She's a great athlete, but yeah, not the most accurate pitcher on the mound there, Mojo. But hey, she did it looking stylish.
It certainly didn't necessarily look like it was Tiffy time there, Babcock, as she said. That's kind of her thing in the WWE world. I don't know. Maybe the throw was off because she had a massive championship belt wrapped around her waist, and kind of threw off her wind-up, or maybe it was part of the gimmick, right? We're entertainers in the pro wrestling world, so we need to be talked about. We got to find some way to make this thing interesting, and throwing a perfect pitch down the middle is absolutely boring. So this is certainly more entertaining than that. Or maybe there's the theory that she didn't know who she was supposed to be throwing to. Maybe she was aiming for that guy's camera lens, because it did come actually pretty close to a direct hit, nailing that dude right in the face through the camera. Or maybe there was the dude in the front row behind him. Those are farther than the catcher, so those actually athletically more impressive.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We might have to get her on the show to break this down so we know whether to praise her or to bury her.
Yeah, Mojo, the rule of thumb for me when it comes to first pitches is that it's only good if it's really great or it's really terrible.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, if it's okay if they lob it in there and the catcher catches it. I don't like that. I want like 85-mile-an-hour heat, or I want a Tiffany Stratton pitch right there. So I appreciate that.
Last first pitch I did, Babcock, I did that super softball wind up, and it actually went right down the middle, and I was disappointed because I thought it would have been way funnier if it was up in the crowd.
Is this it, Mojo? I like this. It might be a balk, but let's see. Woo!
Waha!
That's how you throw a pitch. Take lessons from Mojo Mutati. All right, we're out. We're out, Mojo. We got a big show tomorrow. A bunch to talk about. It's going to be a great show.
That's right, Babcock. It'll be the best show since today.
I'm a lawyer.